Hey guys, so today I'm about to show you a visual explanation of what I've been telling you about um, since the beginning of the dimensional system. So this is not about the dimensions of knowledge, but this is about the dimensional system. So first of all, I just wanted you to have a look at these basic divisions that we can find. The first one being what is dense and what is subtle. So the first dimensions, it's about what is dense. Bodies, forms, structures. In our world, it would be minerals, rock, cells, the cellulose in the trees. I think we call it cellulose. I'm not sure. The proteins, all these components which are like bricks for the real. Depending on the focus, we could also talk about atoms, or if we go wider, we could put the planets inside of the one, or dense, at a cosmic scale. Planets would represent the one in the cosmos. Even though planets are really, there's still rocks flying in the cosmos, so a rock is even more dense and not subtle than a planet, but anyway. Then we go up to the subtle part. Spirit being the 7, 6 being the universal intelligence or universal knowledge, 5 being the art, 4 being the connection. Okay? 3 being the world. As you can already see it, we can understand or imagine that there is a mirroring of those dimensions. The inner world, 5 dimension, the inner dimension, or the outer world, the environment, the 3rd dimension. But we will talk about this later on. Okay? Let's continue. The 2 is about the link, the emotional link. To me, emotions are distinct than feelings. Emotions are more about the density, the material, the forms, the bodies. Feelings are more about the spirit, the heart, the psychic realm. So the 2, it's more dense anyway, because it's related to the forms and how they interact is gonna create the world. So we go wider and larger in scales because there is more and more space inside of the form we are talking about, inside of the structure, which can be somewhere anywhere on the scale. And there is also a differentiation of its parts. Like there will be many systems in one system, like an environment, for example. Okay. So this is the first division, dense to the subtle. And I spend a little bit of time on this because it's really important. If you understand this, you already have a grab on the dimensional system with your psyche. So this is progressive, it's obvious, and we can imagine it like this, so it's easy to understand. More and more subtle, or more and more dense. We could also talk about a pyramid in which the 1 is first stage and 7 is last stage, because the 1 will be really dense, really material with few of space, and the 7 will be really a little material with really a lot of space which is around, for finally the pyramid to make a whole tetrahedron. I think we say tetrahedron, I'm not sure. A cube, to make a whole cube, a whole square. Anyway, I think some of you understand what I'm talking about. Maybe you feel lost. If you do, just remember this, from dense to subtle, okay? Or from subtle to dense. This is what is important in this part. Now, let's move on. There is another place from which we can look at the dimensional system. We are more far now. Here we was at medium distance from the dimensional system. This is a point of view, in which we have an expression in my language, and it is to take a step back from what you're looking at, to have a wider angle of view. You understand me? So we're doing the step back. Now we have a larger view of this. And here we can see that simply the odd dimensions, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, are about physical things. So they host forms or structures. They are places of experiencing. You have to go at my videos talking about this if you want to know more about what I'm talking about right now. It's the division between the physical and psychic. It's a video in the playlist which is dimensional system divisions. So now, the even numbers, 2, 4, 6, are about what is psychic. They are places of creation. Creation beginning with an intention and with a visualization of what you want to do, and this is psychic. They are places of creation also because there will be a creation of ideas, feelings, and they will define where you will go in the other places. They are like portal. And they are psychic. I don't know, maybe I could tell you a little bit more about this. The wanting is something psychic. You feel it with your soul, with your mind, with your spirit, you know, the wanting. The connection to God for those who believe in God, or the connection that you feel in the consciousness when you're meditating, are totally focused, or even the connection you feel with your family. You feel it with your spirit, right? It's not just about the body, the material, it's about the soul. It's about something deeper, something we don't see. The 6, tell me where is your knowledge, man or woman? Isn't it in your head? Isn't it in your spirit, or it's somewhere which is not physical, but more psychic? This is what I mean by psychic dimensions. Those are also yin dimensions. Yin being harder to understand than yang. And those are yang dimensions. Yang is about, it kinda can get tricky because yang is about space and yin is about material. But from the consciousness point of view, it is reversed. Because in our reality, I told you in a previous episode, the infinite light changes a little bit its angle to incarnate and create the world and do a reverse. The real movement is like that. Infinite light goes, so hey, infinite light goes, it do a spiral and up, it goes back. So it has done a change in its angle and in its structure. It's hard to show you in 3 dimensions, I will try. You've seen the changement angle, and now we change in a direction. You know, like a wave which goes on the side. Anyway, so from the consciousness, it's reversed. And from the body, it's yang equals space and yin equal material. But for consciousness, yin equals space and yang equal material because it's reversed. Anyway, if you stay on those words, physical and psychic, you will understand it, you will take it with you. And for those who know yin or yang, you can know that the even dimensions are about movement. You're moving when you're understanding something. You're moving when you're cooperating with someone. You're moving when you're feeling attracted to someone and feeling all the things that it does inside of your body and your soul and your spirit. It's about movements, it's about waves, it's yin. The body is still, the environment is still most of the time and for most of its part. Trees, earth, sky, doesn't move that much, right? 5D, it's still you and the dimension is inside of you. It don't go sometimes up there and comes back, it's always here. It's still, it's not in movement. Your spirit, so still. And you think about nothing and you're just here, feeling your inner space. It is still. 7th dimension. Now let's end this video by presenting you the last division of the dimensional system. You got to know that those divisions are really useful, man. You know why? Because they're going to help you manipulate the dimensional system, okay? Move it and help you using it. You use it with your mind mostly, but then you can create with this system. But to do it, you really got to understand its different parts, what I've been telling you about since the beginning, mostly, and how they organize together, you know, how they work, how they can get structures and all of this, incorporate things and get bigger. We're incorporating a third division now. Sorry, this is between what is dual and what is non-dual. It's the four, which is the stage of the transition to non-duality. What is dual? It's simple. It has to survive and it wants to survive. It is a structure, it has to to survive by a way which is related to the tension. It goes through tension and then it goes back to space. It goes first through contraction and then to expansion. Non-duality is what is the matrix in itself, so it really can't get killed. And this is the character of what is non-dual. So this is the cloud on the earth of what is dual. You understand me? Spirit is non-dual. Inner dimension is non-dual. This is the creator itself having a seat in this reality. Universal knowledge, it's the same. Spirit, it's the same. Those are non-dual. Okay? But the world being the third dimension, you understand that all of those dimensions are centered one on another. They are different straits of a same sphere. We can say it like that. So finally, it's the center of the sphere, which is dual, and what is around is non-dual. You understand me better? The transition between the inside and the outside of the sphere is the fourth dimension. And this is for consciousness, which is space. So the vision of the dualities are reversed. So in life, all which is above the fourth dimension, you will experience it inside of you, inside of your body, inside of your structure, your soul or your spirit. And what is below the fourth dimension, the center, you will experience it on the outside. Your body is outside of you, kinda. You are in your body because you can see it from the inside mostly, it's around you. The world is the same. Feelings or even the pheromones in the air. The things you see, it's outside of you. What is the source of your desire is outside of you. And obviously the world, the environment is outside. It can also be inside if it's the environment of your feelings, but you will still be at the center of this environment, as you will be the inner being at this moment, the sensitive inner being, so it will be around you. You got me? Okay, so what I just said was really high in energy, we can say. Take the time to understand it. Don't hesitate to make a schema yourself, an image, to draw something, to remember it. Okay? It will be easier if you want to go deeper inside of what I've been saying by understanding it better. This was a new setting for the mic. I hope it was good. Peace. See you.